Hello everyone, I am Maisara Shamimi. Today my group will present 3 hazards, which is physical, chemical and biological hazard. First, I will talk about critical physical hazard in the construction industry, which employees fall from height on the Tun Razak Exchange TRX construction site in Kuala Lumpur. TRX is a major financial district project that includes the Exchange 106 Tower. While it represents progress, it also brings safety risks. One of the biggest dangers for workers is falling from height when working on scaffolding, cranes, and platform. The main reason for these falls are weak or poorly installed scaffolding, a lack of safety barriers, and missing falls protection like guardrails and harnesses. Many workers, especially migrant and unskilled workers, also do not receive proper training, which increases the risk of accidents. Now let's look at the reason why these falls happen. One big issue is unsafe scaffolding and platforms that are not well maintained. If they collapse, workers can get seriously injured or even die. Many sites also do not provide proper safety gear like harnesses and guard light rails. A lot of workers do not get the right training, so they don't know how to use safety equipment properly or spot dangers. The health effect of falling from height can be very serious in the short term. Falls can cause broken bones, head injuries, and even death. In the long term, survivor may suffer from permanent disability pain or mental trauma. To prevent these accidents, we can take several steps. The best way is to install guardrails and safety net to physically stop falls. Workers should also wear protective equipment like helmet and harnesses. Regular safety training and maintenance of scaffolding and platform are also very important. Among all these solutions, guardrails and safety nets are the most effective because they provide continuous protection, no matter how skilled the workers.
My name is Siti Naziha and I will be explaining the applicable acts and regulation of physical hazard. First, we have Occupational Safety and Health Act, OSHA 1994, specifically on Section 15. It is an employee's duty to provide a safe working environment to their employees. And on Section 20, it is employees' duty to use safety equipment or PPE while working. Next we have Factories and Machinery Act, FMA 1967. The workplace has a safety standards, and they must have scaffolding, ladders, and machinery maintenance, and they have to do machinery maintenance regularly based on their schedules to prevent future failures. Lastly, we have Construction Industry Development Board, CIDB regulation. Every workers need to do their training, and they have to own a certification requirements for their own safety.
Everyone, my name is Siti Rosliana and I will be presenting a case involving a serious chemical hazard, which is ammonia gas leak at S factory in Malaysia. This incident resulted in 2 fatalities and 19 injuries, highlighting the critical importance of workplace safety and emergency preparedness. The ammonia gas leak occurred at an industrial ice factory. Ammonia is a colorless gas with a strong pungent odor, commonly used in industrial refrigeration systems. Although essential for refrigeration, ammonia poses severe health hazards when it occurs. This accident emphasizes lapses in safety measures and the need for stringent maintenance practices to prevent such incidents. Now let's focus on the industrial hygiene aspects. There is 4 elements and analysis that are related to this workplace hazard. The first is reasons contributing to the hazard. There are several reasons that are contribute to hazards involving chemicals like ammonia in the industrial workplaces. The first reason is poor maintenance practices. Neglecting the upkeep of refrigeration systems can lead to corrosion or equipment failure, increasing the risk of ammonia leaks. The second reason is the lack of gas detection systems. When detection systems are absent or malfunctioning, it delays the identification of hazards, giving ammonia more time to spread undetected. This increases the severity of exposure and hinders emergency response efforts. Finally, inadequate worker training plays a significant role. Employees who are not properly trained may not know how to handle chemical emergency effectively. This putting themselves and others at risk. Now let's look on how ammonia enters the body and its effects on human health. This is for the route of entry. There are two main routes: inhalation and skin or eye contact. Inhalation is the most common and dangerous. Ammonia gas spreads quickly in the air and can cause immediate respiratory problems. The next is skin and eye contact can result in chemical burns and severe irritation, especially with high concentration of ammonia. Okay, for health effects, is ammonia exposure can lead to both acute and chronic effects. Acute effects include eye, throat, and respiratory irritation, coughing, choking, and in severe cases, pulmonary edema. Next is chronic exposure can result in long-term complications such as chronic bronchitis, persistent respiratory issues, and permanent damage to the eyes or skin. Preventative strategies like ensuring proper ventilation, using personal protective equipment, PPE, and conducting regular health monitoring are essential to reduce these risks. Okay, next is risk level and supporting facts. The risk level of ammonia exposure is categorized as high due to the severity of its effects and the vulnerability of workers. Exposure exceeding the immediately dangerous to life or health IDLH, the threshold of 300 ppm, poses an immediate threat to human life. Workers without adequate PPE or training are at even greater risk when exposed to high concentration of ammonia. We have seen the serious consequences of these hazards in real-life incidents. For example, an ammonia leak in Malaysia led to 2 fatalities and 19 injuries. Ammonia leaks are most common in industries that use ammonia-based refrigeration systems, with poor maintenance and a lack of safety protocols being the main causes. Studies show that inadequately maintained systems account for the majority of ammonia leaks worldwide, emphasizing the urgent need for improved safety practices. Last but not least, possible control measures and strong justification. To address the risk of ammonia exposure, we can implement 3 critical control measures. The first one is engineering controls. These are proactive solutions such as installing ammonia gas detectors with automated alarms for early detection and disperse leak ammonia. Then, routine maintenance and inspection of refrigeration systems further reduce the chances of hazardous exposure. Second is administrative controls. This involves developing and enforcing a comprehensive emergency response plan for chemical leaks. For example, regular training programs for employees ensure they are prepared to respond effectively to emergencies, building a strong safety culture. Okay, last is personal protective equipment PPE. Providing respirators, chemical-resistant gloves, and goggles protects workers on an individual level. This is essential for those who handle ammonia directly. By combining these measures, we create a layered safety strategy that significantly reduces the risk and ensures a safe work environment. In conclusion, ammonia exposure in industrial setting poses serious risk. However, by identifying the causes, understanding how it affects health, assessing the risk level, and implementing effective control measures, we can prevent incidents and protect workers. That's all from me. Thank you.
Now I will explain the applicable acts and regulation for a chemical hazard. First, we have the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994. On Section 15, employers are required to provide and ensure a safe working environment to the employees. On section 16, in the workplace, there must be a written safety and health policy. Moving on, we have the Factories and Machinery Act 1967. On section 33, every factories and machinery must do their regular maintenance to prevent any failures in the future. And lastly, we have Environmental Quality Act 1974. On section 34, harmful emissions are prohibited, including chemical leaks that can endanger public health. That is all.
Hello everyone, my name is Aina Wahida and today I will be presenting about biological hazard. The case about Malaysian report no import case involving less severe variants. Background of the case. Firstly, no import case in Malaysia. A Malaysian man with no recent travel history tested positive for the claim to import variant. He developed system on September 11, 2024 and is now in solution in stable condition. Secondly, contact tracking and prevention. Health officials are finding people who were in contact with the patient to stop the spread. They focus on early direction and solution. Last is middle variant but stay alert. The claim to variant is less severe, but the Ministry of Health continues to focus on awareness, monitoring and control efforts. Potential hazard and transmission risk of mpox. Community transmission. No recent travel history suggests the virus is already spreading acutely. Risk to vulnerable groups. True, claim 2 is less severe. It can still be dangerous for children, pregnant women, and individuals. Close contact transmission. Spirit through respiratory droplets and skin contact between close contact and healthcare workers at risk. Rate of entry and effect of human health. Model of transmission. Spread through broken skin, mosquito embers, respiratory droplets, close contact, and contaminated objects. System and severity. In fact, immune cell, calcium fever, headache, swollen lip, nose, and a painful rash. Claim 1 is more severe than Claim 2.
So I will explain the rest of the points of industrial hygiene elements for biological hazard. The third point, which is risk level and supporting facts. Milder Clade 2 variant, the detected mpox case involved Clade 2, which has a lower risk of severe illness and death than Clade 1. This means that Clade 1 variant is more dangerous than Clade 2 variant. Still a transmission risk. Mpox can spread through close contact, especially endangering vulnerable groups. Vulnerable groups are such as the children and the elderly. Importance of monitoring. Health officials must stay alert, track cases, and encourage prevention to control its spread. So the health officials has a duty, and their duty is to be alert for the new infections. The fourth point is control measure and justification. Public awareness and prevention. Educating people on hygiene and avoiding close contact helps reduce transmission. So the health officials must educate the public on how to take care of the hygiene and to prevent the virus from infecting. Next is quarantine and contact tracing. Isolating cases and tracing contacts can stop virus from spreading further. Ongoing monitoring. Track cases can ensure quick response to new infections. And lastly, we have vaccination for high-risk groups. Immunizing a vulnerable population lowers the risk of severe outbreaks, which means that the vulnerable groups must be vaccinated. And now I will explain the applicable acts and regulation for biological hazard. Firstly, we have the Prevention and Control of Infectious Diseases Act 1988, which explains that controlling infectious diseases and ensuring public health safety. On section 15 of the act explains that isolation and treat infected individuals is a crucial part for this virus spread. And then section 10, contact tracing and surveillance, which is also important, and preventing the spread of mpox within the community through contact tracing and surveillance. Lastly, we have International Health Regulation, IHR 2005. If the country gets infected with the virus, they need to follow the global standards for early detection, and they need to have a timely communication with WHO. That is all, and thank you.